My name's Joseph. We came from Knott County, and I really appreciate being able to have the opportunity to build the tiny house and work on the tiny house. Uh, I've learned most importantly to be able to work with others, to be able to really experience and work with others. Working by myself, I really don't know how to do it. I don't know. I get lost and I don't know what I'm doing. And now with Mr. Martin and Sparkman and Vance on my side, I'll be able to really be able to put together and work on things. And yeah.
My name's Christy. Um, I'm really glad I switched over into carpentry. I've learned a lot. Bam. Sorry. And I've learned how to work with others and learn new skills on how to build a tiny house. I learned how to do framing, plumbing, flooring, and all that good stuff.
My name is Preston Hall. I started, I learned a lot of stuff this year about carpentry and building apartment maintenance, like how to lay flooring and use a nail gun, and read tape measures. That's about it.
My name's Silas, come from Knott County. And this year I learned how to frame up walls and kind of just basic roof construction of houses. And I just learned that in carpentry, so about it.
I'm Cody Sloan. I don't really know what to say. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, there's a whole lot. Seniors practically made all the decisions on this year. A few the teachers had to make because of, financial situations, but other than that, yeah, we've had quite a bit to do with that. Anybody else? We're not finished. We're way ahead of schedule, I can tell you that. But everything's going pretty great with it. Not close to being finished, not far. Still a lot of work to be done, that's for sure. Well, we took all the mistakes from last year and didn't do it again, basically. Yeah. We learned a lot from that. A lot of do-overs last year, not many this year. Oh, many. Oh, yes. How to work with Silas, Colin is another one. No, a partnership. That's a big role in it. We learned a lot, how to be cooperative with each other. Oh, for sure. I'm planning on making this my career. So, this whole thing for me is a big deal. I plan on using this my whole life. Anybody else?
There's actually two of us in my class. Yeah. There's just. What? No. There. No, I was in auto mechanics before, and then I switched over to BAM. BAM. And yeah, yeah.
And she's one of our most reliable people when it comes to getting stuff done too.
Learn from the best.
I'd just like to say I'm Danny Vance, the principal of the school, and I'd like to say I'm very proud of these students for coming over and doing this. If you saw the tiny house they built last year, you could see the quality of work that these two teachers right here have instilled in these students. And we expect that to be as good or better this year. Like I say, we made some mistakes last year, and these students have corrected a lot of those. So I think you're going to be impressed with their design they've come up with this year. And we hope to roll that out in April at the summit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ours, I think, sold for $19,050. It was the biggest seller. So. Yeah, that's the beauty of this KVEC grant. I've been in this system in Kentucky Tech, or vocational education, if you call it, for 28 years. I've never been involved with a project as complete as this and as good for these students as this project right here. It would have never happened without that grant from KVEC. That first initial $15,000 paid for the one last year, and then the money is generated again for this year from that grant or from that sale. So it's a one-time grant that reoccurs every year. So it's a great concept, and without KVEC and their ingenuity on that, it wouldn't have happened. And we just like to thank them, and because there's no better project for these young people right here than what we're doing with this tiny house. That's true. I think that we have a little bit of an advantage because we have a carpentry class that can deal with the structure. Then Mr. Martin over here is our BAM, Building Department Maintenance teacher, and his program compiles electricity, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air conditioning all in one program. So that's a perfect fit for this tiny house to be able to have both these classes, and they can work together on this project. And it may be the only program in the state that does what he's doing over with the BAM, Building Department Maintenance program. So we got a good opportunity with that itself.
We haven't gone as far as to make an actual plan for that yet, but I have had that in the back of my head. I have a lot of family members who are former military, and I pay attention to the stuff that goes on with our veterans and stuff. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking of ways that we might could incorporate giving some of these away or something. Like Mr. Van said, I've been teaching carpentry for 14 years. This is the best project we have had since I've been teaching, because the kids get to see it from start to end. They get to help finish it, and then they get to come and be recognized for their accomplishment. And this project has turned a lot of our students who in the past were truancy problems, these kids are showing up every day now. And kids who we would formerly have discipline problems out of are turning into some of our best people because they're interested in what's going on now.
Just a little bit of a further answer to your question. We're hoping to spark an interest in these kids, maybe an entrepreneurship that may start a business building those for that process you're talking about, to be used specifically for that. So that's one thing we hope to gain from this, other than the experience of the project itself.